Hi, my name is Johnson Mononcombe, and this is a demonstration of my pioneering project, the FPL Intelligence Platform. This is a fully deployed web application that uses machine learning to predict fantasy Premier League player points and linear programming to generate optimal 15-player squads. This is the homepage. It has buttons for player predictions and squad optimization to go to their pages, and then it auto updates every 6 hours through GitHub Actions. And then just a description of how it works, and then it shows the number of players in the database, how many ML features I used, and then the R squared value I achieved. Clicking the predictions page brings you to the player predictions page. This shows all players ranked by their predicted points for the upcoming game week. Generated by the random forest model. The model achieved an R-squared value of 0.503 and an MAE value of 0.703. At the top, we can see the top predicted players: Declan Rice, Bruno Fernandes, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel are currently the highest predicted players. And then for the lowest predicted players, you have Anthony, Tony Coiler. But there's one limitation to my project where it had all players, so even if these players were sold to, like, say, the French league, it'd still be in there because of the data set I used. I couldn't have done anything about it. And then for the buttons here, I can filter them. Like goalkeeper shows just goalkeeper, defenders shows just defenders, midfielders. And I can also search by team or name. So when I search Malo Gusto, it brings up Malo Gusto from Chelsea. Predicted 0.5 points. And then search Arsenal, brings up all the Arsenal players and their predicted points. And say if I click on any of the players here, so for example, click on Gabriel, it'll open their individual player profile page. Here we see Gabriel's stats, his season statistics, so total points, goals, assists, minutes played, bonus points, clean sheets, and then on the right have the ML prediction factors that were used to generate his predicted points for the next game week. So form, rolling average, opponent difficulty, how hard the next player they're playing, if they're playing home or away for the next game, his price, and his clean sheet probability. And this clean sheet probability was more useful for defenders and goalkeepers than it would be for, say, attackers and midfielders. And then here's just ownership and transfer trends. So how many people selected him for next week, how many people have brought him in, and how many people took him out. And then here's just an AI recommendation. If it's, like, say, it's a strong pick, good predicted points, consider for your starting 11. So then clicking on Squad Builder brings us to Optimal Squad Builder page. And then when you click on Generate Optimal Squads, it runs the linear program algorithm and then generates 3 different optimal 15-player squads within the FPL constraints, which are budget under 100 million, exactly 2 goalkeepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders, and 3 forwards, and no more than 3 players from the same club. So say Arsenal can't have 4 players. And then say squad option 1 has a total cost of 99.9 million, and a captain recommendation of Declan Rice, and then it doubles his points as well. And then the full squad is then broken down by position and shows the team, price, and predicted points. And also here it works the same as the other pages. You can just click into and see the player profile and all the season stats and ML prediction factors. And then there's a second option as well, and this one just tries not to use the same players as the first team. And then it's the same again then for the third squad. The application also supports dark mode. By clicking the dark mode toggle in the top right, the interface switches to dark mode. The preference is then saved in the browser, so it stays the same across sessions. So to wrap up, the full source code is available at github.com Johnson1 Fantasy Premier League with ML. And then under actions is where I created my workflow and where it updates them data every 6 hours so that it stays current throughout the whole season. And then the application is accessible at https FPL Intelligence Web on render.com. And that's it. So thank you.